Hello everybody, my name is Rijit Banerjee and I'm joined with the top laner for Kareem Corp, Mr. Adam. Adam,
Hello.
hello. You had one of the most dominating performances as in the European League in the Masters. You ended the group stages with 6-0. You are now formed as the favorites to win the whole tournament. How do you feel about the overall performance of the team?
I'm really glad of our performance overall. We've been working a lot with the team because when you just look at the early season, when the LFL started, we didn't have this level that we have right now. So we had really to work, and like I think all the team and coaching staff, even our CEO, I think like they are all really glad that we can perform that well, and I'm also like very glad and very lucky also to be part of this team.
Right, right. So, talking more about your play style, Kareem Corp has developed a unique kind of play style of playing League of Legends. You have a you guys go for a late game scaling comp, then you like make small macro trades here and there, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you have a little bit of the enemy knows that you have a 10k lead goal, you have drawn on 3 dragons. So what's going on? How would you describe your team's playstyle?
I mean, like, I think we really have a really controlled gameplay. Everyone in the team is like really good. So
Right.
we know how to use. Our advantage in the lane. Like we know how to rotate to like we know where to go at the right moment. And since we also have a really good teamwork that we know each other really well, like we don't even need to communicate to know what the other is going to do. So I
Wow.
think since we have like so much synergize, I don't know if that's the
Synergy.
correct word,
Yeah,
but
synergy.
synergy, yeah, synergy. Like we have so much synergy in the team, and I think it's really like I would say easy like to play with each other because like we are all really good. We all smash the lane, and we just have to play normally, and like nothing seems really difficult.
That's great, man. That's great. It's a pleasure watching you guys. So, talking more about you in particular, you have been picking into those bruiser top lane picks like the Renekton pick, and like mostly in the current meta, people actually prefer the tanky engaged champions like the Nar and the Sion. But you have developed like one of the like kind of like bruisey or like the fighting competent champions, right? You have one of the highest KDAs in the style. Like that is kind of like that is beyond my comprehension. Like how do you do it, Adam?
Uh, I mean, like since I started League, I've always like to play like aggressive in my lane. So
Ah,
I think picking like Bruiser champion like Renekton, is like a champion that really defined me because I like to be aggressive, and Renekton allows me to do so. I think with the Renekton pick in itself, like it's one of the strongest champ in the top lane right now because it's one of the safest also, and I think he has always been, in the current meta. I think,
right.
um, and since our team like to play really aggressive, like not only me, everyone like to play aggressive, and we also like to play in order to be aggressive. Um, like the Renekton pick in itself allows me and allows my team like to be really aggressive because they will use my prio that I will have on my lane. We can invade a lot with my prio,
Right.
and we also have a huge team fight, to target
Mhm.
some enemy, because like Renekton pick is really, he has a really strong lane, but like he's a really strong team fight, also really tanky, but deals also a lot of damage. You can just shut down the enemy ADC, for example. And yeah, like I'm aggressive because also my team allows me to be, so I can be aggressive if my team doesn't win everywhere, so
Right.
that's why I can be that aggressive.
Right. Spot on, mate. So, okay, moving a bit from the matches, you recently tweeted out, and I quote, "I really hope we face Mouse to clap them in the quarters. Some guy really need a lesson there." So, well, unfortunately, you won't be facing them in the quarters, but if things fall in place, you might see them in the finals. Who knows? So could you like elaborate on the tweet and like on your rivalry right here?
I mean, like in Mouse, there are two players that I don't really like. First is Sartorius, the top laner.
Okay.
This guy actually used to stream hack me whole last season when I was streaming. Like this guy didn't even have to stream hack, and like he was perma target banning my champ, who is actually his friend Jeskla, who plays actually in LEC. Like
Yeah.
they were both actually stream hacking me, and I was I got really pissed off by these guys because it's really annoying to like
Ah.
face some guys like this in solo queue. and and the second is like Lider. We don't like this guy, like we already insulted each other, and
Okay.
like I think we just hate each other, I mean, it's just that we don't really like each other.
Okay. Okay. It's a rivalry. It's a rivalry. Okay. So one of your old teammates, Nuclear Rent, recently got promoted to Schalke 04's LEC lineup in place of Abadage. And so like coming back to you, do you have any specific teams in mind, that you want to represent in the future?
I mean, like yeah, I mean, for instance, in LEC, like like the most two famous one, like would be like for sure G2 and G2 or Fnatic, but I think it really depends on the team, because if I ever reach LEC, like, I don't wanna reach LEC to be in LEC. Like I've always been like precise with myself. I wanna be in LEC, go to playoffs, and why not go to Worlds? That's
Right.
my ambition, and I can actually go wherever, like if the team allows me to maybe fulfill my ambition.
Right, right, makes sense. Okay, so I noticed that you played a bit of Gwen on your live stream. The newest League of Legends champion. Can we expect some of her by you in the main stage? And what are your overall like expression or impression of the champion?
Will Gwen be enable for the main stage?
No, like if she comes in the future.
If she comes in, I think like Gwen, yeah, I've played her a lot. Like, I really like this champ, to be honest. It's really a pleasure to play Gwen. Um, but I don't think like she can be like competitive. The champion, I think she lacks really of mobility. Like she
Okay.
doesn't have really that much mobility. You can maybe like build some tankiness, movement speed, like Deadman on
Okay.
or Force of Nature on her, but I think the champion, he has no escape in lane. He has a really strong damage 1v2 material, but if the guys plays well, I think Gwen can be really easily shut down, and I'm not sure the champ will be like strong also in team fights, and
Okay.
in competitive game, I don't think the Gwen will be allowed to team fight. It would be like a Fiora. Gwen is like Fiora IP. She can only be stuck on her lane, maybe smashing the opponent, but can't really go to play with the team. Split pushing whole game, and yeah,
Got it, got it. Okay, so thank you for the interview, Adam. Coming to the
no
last
problem.
question, like so many KC fans have come into the social media. Everywhere I see you like a poster or a post, there's so many Kareem Corp fans, and especially if you're talking about you in particular. So, what do you want to say them? They have been supporting you throughout the tournament. What do you want to say to them?
I mean, like the fans are here since I started to play in Karmine. Even last year I was here. They were already here. So of course I thank them every day. Because to be here, like to support us, the team. It's really a pleasure, like to have so much fans and to have such a huge community with us. It's
Right,
actually a huge strength also for us. It's like the sixth player, in the team,
right on.
and yeah, I mean. That's why we're here. Like we just perform for them. We just perform for us, and yeah.
Right on. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking with you.